So shut up, Meghan. Princess Catherine once again beat Harry's wife slander against the royals. Hello, and a very warm welcome back to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel. In their stupid docu-series, Meghan whined that William and Catherine behind closed doors are just as formal as they are in public. Naturally, the implication was that they're cold. Well, once again, Catherine has proven her wrong. Catherine has shown that, in fact, she is a very warm person with a lovely embrace. Of course, I'm referring to that hug that Catherine gave in Cornwall. She hugged Mr. Jim Embry, and he was her former history teacher at school. They met again after 25 long years. She said to him, "The things you taught me, I now teach to my children." I cannot understand what Meghan didn't understand. Now, I do love to hug people. I love to hug people I know, though. If I meet somebody for the first time, it is very unlikely that I'm going to go for a hug. And if they tried to hug me, yeah, I would probably react kind of coldly. Obviously, Meghan's hugs are going to be hypocritical anyway, nothing but a performance. Meghan never cared about Catherine from the beginning. In fact, I think she's always been jealous of Catherine. She saw her as the competition because let's remember, Harry is Meghan's second choice. She really wanted William. And I'm sure Catherine knew that early on. For somebody who believes she is so sophisticated and so intelligent, Meghan is so obvious in her attitudes and actions. She's so easy to see through. Nothing about that woman is genuine. She's just a hypocrite. In the photo of Catherine seeing her history teacher for the first time after 25 years, you can see she was genuinely surprised. The open arm greeting showed no holding back or no formalities. Her eyes were wide open, and that tells us all we need to know. Catherine and William have been married for over a decade now. Now, Meghan did some scenes where it seemed like she was performing a sexy act on a man on international TV. Plus, just look at all the hookups Meghan has had. I mean, that woman has been around. She's like the village bicycle. Now, some we don't know anything about, and that's her business. But who in the world would share any kind of hygiene item with Meghan, especially lipstick? Ew, I would not want that woman's lips all over my stuff. It makes me want to throw up just thinking about it. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan just wanted to try to make Catherine and William look bad. They're always trying to do that, and they very rarely succeed. Now, Harry doesn't have anything else to offer except for his petty complaints. He's like a little teenager. The first time I meet somebody, I'm never going to hug them, and I am American. So, no, Meghan, this is not a cultural difference. You just have no idea how to act appropriately. What Meghan failed to understand is that William and Catherine are genuine people. They're not fake. They're adults, they're sophisticated, they're gracious, and they have perfect manners. So if it seemed like they were being formal with Meghan, it was because they didn't know her. And they wouldn't have forced familiarity. They're not going to act like they're buddies from the very beginning. I mean, if there was any fondness to convey, they would have conveyed it. But in the beginning, of course not. See, Meghan was trying to just say that it's a bad thing that British people are typically more reserved than Americans. By making that comment about, "Oh, I'm a hugger," Meghan was trying to appeal to the informal, effusive American people. She wanted to imply that Catherine is a snob. I mean, the truth is, British people, even non royals, typically do not hug people they hardly even know, but the same can be said for Americans. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's not a bad thing to be a little reserved when you first meet somebody. And also, what was with Meghan's outfit the first time she met the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge? She was wearing ripped jeans and she didn't even have any shoes on. She was meeting royalty for the first time. What is wrong with her? This is also not an American thing. This is just a Meghan Markle thing. If I know that I will be meeting somebody for the first time, I don't care who it is. I will try to look my best. I mean, if I were going to meet the future king and queen for the first time, you better believe I'd be pulling out all the stops. I would try to look as polished as I possibly could. I mean, Meghan Markle has shown again that she's a complete idiot. In my opinion, hugs should be for people who we know and like, and it's very rude to invade somebody's personal space like that. I have had people try to hug me when I meet them for the first time, and it makes me feel really uncomfortable because I think, I don't even know you. Why are you trying to touch me? And I try to always dress appropriately for whatever I'm invited to, especially if I know I'm going to meet new people. Maybe I'm going to a family get together, maybe I'm going on holiday, etc. Now, I'm from the South, but I've worked with people from all over the place, and I've worked with people from other countries too. And none of these people act like Meghan Markle does. It's simply not done. And Meghan just uses that incident to try to brand Catherine as cold and standoffish, which is simply untrue. And Harry is a flying monkey in this whole incident, so he agrees with Meghan. I think this was just a little scheme of Meghan's to try to make Catherine look bad. It's really sad, though. I mean, Meghan is a narcissist and she's always acting like she's the innocent party. Oh, poor, poor, pitiful me. I'm the victim. But in fact, Meghan Markle sets people up intentionally for bad publicity. And Meghan's not fooling anybody. Everybody who knows what Meghan is like, jealous, manipulative, vindictive, conniving, everybody would have come to the same conclusion that we came to. Obviously, it was a big fat lie. Now, maybe Catherine had an idea about what Meghan was all about. Maybe she picked up on her character from the very beginning, too. I mean, would you want to hug somebody you're really not so sure about? Would you want to hug somebody you don't trust? I know I sure wouldn't. Catherine is a warm, compassionate, genuine person, and she is referred to as the people's princess for a very good reason. So, Meghan, it is time to just shut your mouth. Meghan thinks she's so smart, and she really believes that she's going to get the best of Catherine. Oh, whatever. Meghan is so transparent in her maneuvers, and she only betrays her envy in spite of a woman that she can never one up. This is just another example of Meghan Markle being cruel. It's not only a setup, but it's an effort to put down poor Catherine. That's really a horrible way of showing her disdain for the beautiful couple. William and Catherine, I'm not going to bother. I'm sorry, you're just not worth any effort on my part to actually dress appropriately, so I'm going to wear whatever I found on the floor. I'm sure Megan thought the whole maneuver out very carefully. She wanted to cause maximum damage. It doesn't have anything to do with being casual. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that she's this laid back Californian. And it has nothing to do with the fact that they rejected her hugs. Megan wanted to set up Catherine for the bad publicity under the pretense of I'm a hugger. And she dressed like a homeless person on purpose, knowing that Catherine would be taken aback. I mean, anybody would in that situation. Megan is so sneaky. And all the while, she's going to play the victim and say, oh, well, I just didn't know any better. Now, I don't know where I heard this, but in my experience, it is true. Brits usually take a little while longer to warm up to people than Americans do. What a good British friend of mine said before is that in the US, there's a superficial intimacy or familiarity that a lot of people simply don't like because it comes across as very fake. Now, I'm an introvert, so I can certainly relate to that sentiment. Maybe Catherine wasn't all excited. Maybe she didn't have her hands all over Meghan when she first met her, but so what? Intimacy should take quite a while to build. And then when you have that intimacy, you know that it's genuine. Anyway, in other news, is it true that Harry and Meghan are trying to leave the US and return to the UK? Honestly, at this point, nothing would surprise me. They may shock all of us by trying to move back to the UK. I can see that there would be some advantages in that decision. I'm sure they're going to try to compete with the royal family to get attention, and I'm sure they would try to force the royal family to give them somewhere to live, like any palace close to the family. And I'm sure they're thinking that if they move back to the UK, security will be provided again and the taxpayers will have to pay for it. I'm guessing they assume they'll have similar security to the rest of the royal family. And you know they're going to schedule all their activities by trying to overshadow the real royals. They expect everybody to curtsy to them, excluding Doria, of course. They'll probably try to get Doria her own peerage. I can't help but wonder who else would be on that list. Maybe they'll try to make her father a knight. I also heard a rumor that Meghan and Harry are either just making it all up or they're boasting about it. Now, if that's true, then she is living off of taxpayers' money from another country. And this could be the biggest lie they've told so far. So I'm guessing we're going to hear more lies from the two of them. It has been discussed when Meghan came over with her mother. So since Prince Harry is so close to his family, then I guess Meghan assumes he can grant peerage to her family. Whew, is it not scary just to think about his power and control? If he comes to live in the UK and does not live in the US anymore, I don't think it's going to be a good thing. They're already in the news pretty much every single day. Now, people are either going to cheer for them or they're going to boo them. I think it's more likely they're going to get a lot of boos. Their lives are so insane. I mean, it's never a dull moment, but my goodness, the chaos. And I don't even know where this information is coming from. They assume they're going to get security. There are so many members of the family who don't get any state funded security at all, and other people only receive it when they're on official business. As non working royals, Harry and Meghan would be entitled to absolutely nothing. And Doria Ragland, oh, come on, she will never have a peerage. It wouldn't even make a bit of sense. She's an American citizen. She's not even a subject of the king. I don't care if she is the mother of Meghan Markle. And what is this idea that Harry could grant peerages? Of course he can't. Only the sovereign is capable of doing that. I guess Harry could lobby Charles to knight his father-in-law, but that's never going to happen, and he certainly can't do it all by himself. He also cannot create peerages for his in-laws. So what exactly could they be boasting about? And how does whatever it is Meghan is boasting about establish that she really is living off taxpayers' money? And you, what do you think of our news today? Please let me know below in the comments section, and we'll also discuss Harry and Meghan and the royal family. If you think my video is useful, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends who would love it anytime you want. And please subscribe to our Kate Middleton and the Queen News channel to get more updates from our team. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye, and I'll be back to see you all tonight.